Morning. So I'm watching a documentary called Growing Up Trans. And, it's telling about children who wanted, wants to start medication and what have you, and then they talk to the parents. But I noticed they just skipped a whole um, thing about a lot for me. They just skipped a lot of things. They didn't question the child on why they feel that way, when they felt that way, what happened. It's just they didn't go in depth, and usually they do. But for some reason, when you're doing documentaries on certain groups, you skip out a lot because they feel like if you see the whole truth, that you already going to make up your mind. I'm very open-minded. I know a lot of people think I'm not open-minded. I love learning, and I'm not just coming up with my opinions, being biased or anything like that. It's just experiences that I've experienced throughout my life. And when someone says that I'm closed-minded because I'm a Christian and I love God, and that they're closed-minded because they think that they know what we're going to say, or what have you. And no, I love learning. I love learning. And this is not the first time, just because of the date. Ever since I was young, I'm always watching these documentaries, and I'm always watching shows and things about, differences in life, and other people's beliefs and stuff like that. So, you know, um, it's nothing new to me. But they skipped a lot for me. And what I noticed in the documentary is that there was four kids, and there was one transgender girl. And three of the children, they was talking, and the transgender girl said it upsets her when the other kids talk about becoming parents and living their lives and stuff like that. But this is what people, not just American, this is what people do. This is what children do, and this is what adults do. They talk about what they want in the future, and what they expect and what they would like to happen. And they stifled themselves because it upset her, who's not a natural female. It upset her that these are the dreams that they want. And they stifled themselves because it offended her. So they wasn't acting normal. So why should three other people stifle themselves? Because this is a natural thing. You grow up, you want a job, you want to go to college, you want to have children, and you don't say your dream, and you're in a regular discussion about what you want in the future. So the only dream that matters is hers. And just because it upsets you that you can't have a child naturally, or you can't do things naturally, and you're forever on medication, um it upsets you. But what about the other children? I thought this was supposed to be an acceptance of all. So you can accept the fact that, yes, you can turn into a girl with your medication, with your shots, or a boy with your medication and shots. But what about the natural boys and natural girls who like being boys, who like being girls, and who have, dreams for their future? So because it makes you feel uncomfortable that these people can have children naturally, without, I mean, if they don't have any medical issues, in regards to fibroids and stuff like that, why does it upset you? They're trying to be nice and accept you for what you are, and who you feel like, or whatever, but you're not accepting of them. You're trying to stifle them. And they stifled themselves. They said that, when I saw it was upsetting her that we was talking about having children and going to college and things like that. We stopped talking about it because it made her feel uncomfortable, and she started crying. Yes, it upsets me that, yes, I can be turned into a woman or turned into a man, but it upsets me that I can't have a child naturally. But you stifled your friends. That's not caring. People should be able to say, yes, we accept you for who you are, and yes, now you're a girl or whatever, but they should be able to speak their minds and say, yes, I want children, yes, talk about their hopes and their dreams. And another thing is, okay, as a child, you're transitioning, but then there's dating. Do you full disclose that you're a man underneath to whatever guy or girl you're trying to talk to? Because it's not fair on them, because they growing up, they're, you know, natural heterosexual men and women, and they want to go out there and date boys who are boys, and date girls who are girls. So do you disclose to them that, yes, you're transgender? And when you grow up as an adult, and you meet a man, and you meet a woman, do you disclose to them, or do you just carry on the lie? Do you carry on the lie, and here it is, this man is expecting children, and you keep saying, oh, I can't get pregnant because, or I can't get pregnant because, or I'm losing my child, or you lied to him and say you're pregnant when you're not, and then months later you tell him you had a miscarriage, because you don't want to tell him or her that you're a man and that you can't have children. So where does the lie stop? Or do you fully disclose and say, when you start dating, listen, I'm a man, or listen, I'm a girl? Do you disclose to these people, or do you carry on the lie and marry the person expects children, you can't have children? When does the lie stop, or do you fully disclose? I have no problem with a transgender getting into a relationship and they fully disclose to the person. But when you don't fully, you know, when you don't fully disclose of what you was born as to these people, that's why they want their birth certificate changed, because they want to carry on the lie to a heterosexual man and a heterosexual female, that if they do say, well, why can't she have children? The doctor says she's okay, blah, 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 blah. Because the doctor cannot disclose that it was not a man or not a woman. So, you're lying to the opposite sex. I'm saying I have no problem of who you think you are, what you want to be, or, whatever. My problem is you're putting on whatever you feel to the other person, because the other person